Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and this is just a quick 9-minute run on Broadway Emporium on hard mode for the daily, but not the reason why I'm making this video. Now, to go along with my suggestions to add new content to the division, this one I'm calling Factions. Now, you queue up for it, and it'll be just like going in survival. And once you get into it, you're assigned a map number, we'll say. This is going to be a battle that actually can go on for days. It goes on until one faction wins. Now, the cities can be the same cities we're used to right now. Green Poison's already done its thing, and no big change on that.
Elevated levels of carbon dioxide detected.
Whenever you queue up for it and you get accepted into joining a specific map or a battle, you need to pick which faction you're going to be. You could be JTF, Last Man Battalion, you could be a Riker, or you could be a Cleaner. Now, you wouldn't play as a division agent. Maybe later on, you could have an individual patrol of a division agent coming through. They're a neutral faction, they're coming in to do something, but it just doesn't work too well. So, what you would have is the city broken up initially into 4 equal portions. Each faction controls one portion of that. And they would have, say, 2, 3, 4 different sectors. Or those sectors could actually be city blocks or boroughs or whatever. Now, just like we're in Abel's department store right now for this mission. Now, if your faction, let's say the cleaners own this section right here, to be able to take this from the cleaners, and we're going to be JTF for this example. We come in as a JTF, we go through this mission just the way we would normally, but you know, if you've got cleaners that are online, they could actually come in and actually fight against you as well to try to keep control of it. If you're the cleaners and you own this particular section of the city, why is it important for you to be able to own this particular type of city, or the section of the city? Well, when you die, it's just like in survival. All your gear drops. You come in here as a level 30 with garbage gear and just a handgun, just like you would in survival. You know, you would have all your best gear would be set up at a vendor in each specific section of the city. If you want a flamethrower from the cleaners, well, you're going to have to take the cleaners out from this particular section of the city, and now you'll have access to a vendor to where you can come in here and buy a freaking flamethrower if you want to. If you want a grenade launcher like the LMB have, well, you're going to have to go into LMB territory and take over one of their sections. Now, once they've lost it, they can always counterattack later on and do the same thing you did to be able to capture it, but they're going to have to do that again to get it back. But whenever they come into attack, it could be, you know, filled. If the JTF have taken it over, then they're going to have to fight JTF forces to be able to get it back from them. Now, what happens is, say your base of operations for JTF, that is your main headquarters. If you lose all of your sectors, then you still have your main base of operations, but another faction, the LMB, could come in and fight their way through the city and take out the base of operations for the JTF, and JTF are gone. They have no spawn points, they have no way of entering the battle, so therefore once that's lost, JTF are gone. Now, to be able to win this scenario, one faction would have to wipe off the other 3 factions from the map. So this would be an ongoing thing. Each of these areas would have, like I say, this is Abel's. This city section would actually have a number of patrols walking around the city, or this sector of cleaners. So to be able to get to here, to be able to go through this mission, we'll say, you would actually have to fight your way through patrols to be able to get to this section, to be able to run through, and once you're able to clear it, then you control the whole entire city.
Sending Isaac the location now.
So,
Alert. Hostiles detected.
if you get killed, doesn't mean you're out. You can always respawn to your base of operations, but you lose all of your gear that you have whenever you first got in here to this battle. And say, you see me in here, I've got a lightweight M4, I've got an M700, got a decent handgun, got my skills set up, a turret, seeker, you know, pretty well geared up. But if I were to get killed, all of my gear would drop, just like it is in survival, and it would sit right there where my body was. The difference is, if I wanted to, I could fight my way back to my body and actually get my gear back. However, if you're a cleaner and you see me fall, now yes, if you're a cleaner, you can actually spawn in or come to this section and defend it. You wouldn't be able to teleport in once it's being contested. But once the battle starts, you could actually get notified saying, hey, Abel's is under attack. So now you could come across the city, come in, try to defend it, and try to push all the players back out of it. And like I said, once you get killed, all your gear drops. The incentive is, if you want a flamethrower from the cleaners, well, or a flame turret, or anything fire-wise, you know, the cleaners are known for their fire. If you want to have all this, then you've got to own this sector of the city to be able to have access to a vendor that would sell the flame turrets or sell the flamethrower or incendiary grenades, Molotov cocktails, things like that.
Agent, but I need those bills.
The last man battalion would get a nice cool grenade launcher. JTF could get an underbarrel grenade launcher maybe.
Try not to get yourself killed.
If you're a Riker, then you get an extra strong melee attack. You get a baseball bat, we'll say, or a spiked baseball bat, or a lead pipe, or whatever. But if you wanted to have that pipe, or that baseball bat, or that strong melee weapon, who knows, could even add a sword. If you wanted access to that, you're going to have to go to a Riker's controlled area, take it over, and then you would have access to that vendor. If you want the grenade launcher, you got to go to last man battalion area. So owning each of these sectors gives you access to the cool weapons. So if you want to, if I get killed right now and I lose all my gear, if I want to get the flame turrets back, and I mean, I'm going to have to come to Abel's department store or this particular sector to find that vendor that sells that particular thing. So, just my free-flowing thoughts on it. There's a lot more involved, and I've got several pages of stuff written up on how this all lays out and how it works, but it kind of gives you a good basic idea of what would actually be a pretty cool way to play. That it would be an ongoing thing until your faction is removed from the battle. You lose your base of operations, your faction's out. Whenever one faction has pushed the other three factions out, then you know the map resets and you can go back and join another one. I hope this was clear. It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm really tired. And I've tried to record this about 15 times and I haven't liked any of them. So, please leave some comments. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
I'm buying the next round. Assuming there ever is one.